We suffer at our sense of loss, we are frightened by her rage, we are guilty in the face of her rejection, we are hurt by her choice of isolation, and we are confused by her message. Those words by the minister Thomas Beacon, spoken 43 years ago, this past Tuesday. Christine Chubbuck should neither be ostracized for the way in which she took her own life, or vilified and vindicated for the reason she chose to end everything. It is a real sickness. Regular, law-abiding, hard-working individuals think of committing suicide every day. Only a core group of individuals should even exercise the notion that what Christine Chubbuck did was, dare I say, heroic in any way. That group consists of those of us who have a vividly different and somewhat incomprehensible definition of what love truly is. To that elite group, life may be what you make it, but love most certainly isn't. In my personal case, I was born to a father that didn't stick around to help nurture me, a mother who couldn't financially support me, adopted by grandparents who spoiled me when I was good, admonished me when I was bad, kept me a safe distance from exploring the world, but kept me close enough to their wing and their home to make sure I understood the world. Though it didn't help that both my grandparents had died by the time I started 6th grade, leaving me under the wing of a brother and sister-in-law smitten by the idea of being parents together. Little did they know, the first kid to stay under their roof had lost a major piece of himself for good. The love, support, and knowledge of true parents. A far cry from Christine, more open and feasting on self-deprivation. She was candid to her family about her depression more than I was, her flack for self-deprecation more unshy than mine, her attempts at overdosing on drugs, threatening the mind in comparison with my binges on gas station food, threatening my health and my money, and the removal of an ovary with the possibility of an inability to conceive after 30, compared to my all-around over-emotional hopelessness, naivete, and aloofness around women before 18. Alas, though, there are similarities. We both held hopeless crushes, our interactions and dates with possible suitors few and far between, our social relationships staggered and challenging, our career ambitions unfulfilled. And the more we both seem to speak up in a self-deprecating tenor, the more we both find ourselves believing our own hype. There's just one huge difference. It would never dawn on me to drastically take my own life, because I couldn't live through the pain of an unfulfilled existence, or the irreparable dejection one can only feel after having a deeply wounded or broken heart. About 6 months before I first heard about Christine Chubbuck's story, there was Nick Maynor. I never knew him personally, and I had only heard from second and third hand about a recent breakup he had days or weeks before his senior prom. My junior prom. I had dropped my original prom date to go with a girl I had dated for only 10 days, before she broke up with me. I didn't go. Neither did Nick. Thoughts of suicide danced in my head, but none were ever serious enough to warrant my serious consideration. As for Nick, he never graduated, and the girl he dated was shell-shocked when she found out what happened the following Monday. It may have been suicide as a cause of death, but there's a greater cause left with a greater effect, felt by everyone after these kinds of instances. It has happened to countless many a person, suicide or not. They died, we grieve, because of a broken heart. And in lieu of the suffering, the fright, the guilt, the hurt, and the confusion, let Christine's story and memory of 43 years and 7 days last sink in, and ease the duress of loss and grief with possible solutions and proactivity, so none of us ever leaves ourselves in the dust again. Isn't that something we can agree on?